Hello, my name is Ilona, and in this video I first want to take a look at the United Kingdom. There is a new Prime Minister, Liz Truss, that is already being compared to Thatcher. Of course, she's connected to the World Economic Forum, and she has all these connections to these dark energies. Of course, she is another puppet, but I just want to see what the energy is of the United Kingdom. See what's going on there right now. Let's see. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Seven of Wands for the central card. We have the Lovers in the past. We have the Seven of Swords underneath the Seven of Wands. We've got the World in the future. And the Knight of Swords in the future. This is interesting. To me, it feels like, it seems like they're getting away with things. They've put another puppet in place, of course, with the dark energies connected to her. I do believe she's put there on purpose, but especially with the Seven of Wands, I have a feeling that the white hats are in the shadows behind this move, and that it's up to the people of the United Kingdom to understand that they are standing way stronger than they think. They are really in charge ultimately. And this is, I think, about showing people again. And a lot of people are standing up in the UK. I do believe that people are waking up. Of course, they've got the food prices, the electricity prices that people just cannot afford. A lot of people are standing up, especially when you how do you say this, when there is no financial security anymore and people are starting to problems paying their bills, living their lives. People are going to stand up and finally speak up and starting to wake up. People do have to get, unfortunately, very uncomfortable to get out of the bubble they live in. I believe a lot of people are waking up also in the UK. And I think they purposely put this person in here. And I find it very interesting what's going to come out of her. I'm just going to get an extra card with Liz Truss in mind. Truss. I see. Yes, Liz Truss. I think people are going to be completely fed up with her. I think she's going to be here in the ride of her life. They are really using her to navigate all kinds of things. I think it's going to be comparable to what Mr. B is experiencing. All these things will be thrown at her, and I think she's really, it wouldn't surprise me, is going to be one of the last puppet prime minister, I believe, in the UK. There's going to be a radical change. So I think she's going to be stuck in a very terrible situation. She's just here to show people what's been going on. I think they put her there on purpose. I think the white hats are behind that, is just to making sure that people are going to wake up and see this agenda rolled out. This is about people realizing they've been getting away with so much. I've been talking, when I mean they've been getting away with it, these dark energies, these elite, these corruption that's been going on so many levels, on government levels, global levels. People are going to see it. They think somewhere, although I think they're kind of falling apart. I think they're in full-blown panic. They're not getting away with anything anymore, but this is about showing people what's been going on. So that's why I understand this card for Liz Truss. Well, she's in for it, let's just say so. I think it's going to be very interesting. People are going to stand up more and more, and this is about the ending of something, a successful ending of this entire dark energy episode in humanity, in human history. We really need to end this. And people are going to fight for it. Like we have the Knight of Swords. So there's going to maybe even the military. Maybe this is already an indication. Things are going to happen fast. We just don't know that. We have to wait and see. But at least for the UK, there's going to be more and more resistance. People are going to really stand up and just, they're fed up with it. They are fed up with it. And I believe they're using Liz Truss to create this atmosphere that people are really are like, yeah, it's done. We've had it. But this is about ending this cycle and opening people up and understanding that we are stronger than they are. And they need our energy. So it's very important that we start using the energy to fight for ourselves, or at least more stabilize ourselves and start manifesting this beautiful new world that we all long for, let's face it. So this is the UK. I also want to take a look at Canada, because the head of state is saying all kinds of things again, that the restrictions will have to come back in the fall and in the winter, because a certain percentage has to get the wasp sting, and we're getting this all over again. So I'm just going to take a look. Well, this is interesting. This is the card falling out. The Canadians are pretty fed up with this person. I think they're really had it with their head of state. This is the Four of Cups. This is the feeling of being completely dissatisfied with what's going on. So this is the card above. See the other cards, the central card for Canada. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords in the past. We have the Five of Cups underneath the central card. We have the Three of Cups for the future. And the World again. Well, this is interesting. It keeps popping up. So we really are in the end phase, because like I've mentioned before, the World card is the ending of a successful, or at least a cycle. I'm not sure if it's going to be successful, at least not for the dark energies. It's obviously will be in our favor, in humanity's favor, but something will be ending. Something will, it's just ended. We're going to a new level, a new way of living. So I already mentioned, I think the Canadians are pretty fed up with this head of state. There is a lot of white hat energy going on there. So I do believe they just let him talk, because it's almost like with the what's happening in the USA with Mr. B. They just let this happen so people can just see it. It's very important people see it. But there's a lot of sadness, a lot of disappointment, a lot of anger. And I've just seen some false flags. Well, they're not false flags. There's this spree going on in Canada, I believe. Horrible, horrific. Unfortunately, those are the dark energies. They are being activated to create chaos, to create pain, to create sadness. So my heart goes out to all the people that lost people in this, attack. And my heart goes out to everyone that's in one way or another is involved in this. Unfortunately, that's the only thing they have left, and it creates a lot of sadness, a lot of hurt. They activate these people that are MK Ultra, and they go on all kinds of attacks, false flags, so to speak. Doesn't mean that what they're doing is done by the dark energies, but it's, of course, the victims are real. But it's called false flags because they're behind it. It's not just some random person that just happened to start doing that. That's what they want in the media to believe. Like, this can happen everywhere. You have to be very, very afraid and give all your power to the government and to, you know, those police forces, and then we will protect you against all these crazy people. We are the one behind those crazy people. We've made them crazy, and then we activate them so we can control you even more. But we're not going to mention that. But it's sad. It's very sad. So my heart goes out to everyone that is some way involved in this and lost people. I'm sorry for that. Unfortunately, they are still capable of creating chaos, pain. It's not on such a big scale anymore, but there's still people hurt in the process and people leaving the earth plane. Very, very sad. But that's part of the dark energies agendas. They have all these people everywhere around the world, and they can activate them whenever they want. That's why you have to be aware of that can happen. For the near future, the future, we see the Three of Cups and we see the World. So really an ending of a cycle and celebration. So this is very interesting. I do believe more and more Canadians are getting together, showing initiative. We've seen many initiatives just going around the world. The truckers in Canada, which were very inspiring. I believe they're still doing their jobs, doing their initiatives on, maybe not on the forefront, but it's still happening. People are connecting, people are, how do you say this, getting together, and that is so, so important. But people are pretty fed up with everything that's going on. I think that they're seeing more and more, and there are a lot of white hat influences in Canada. So I do believe that things will change, but it's kind of depending on the rest of the world as well. It's almost like we're waiting for something. And then we've been waiting for quite some time, but we have to understand that this is a spiritual war that's been going on for centuries. They've been trying to control us, and all kinds of method they use to create different timelines to get what they want. You have to understand this is an enormous scale. So we have to wait and see what's going to happen. But I do believe that Canada, new energy is coming in. And like I've mentioned before, a cycle is ending, a new cycle is starting. I also want to take a look at the global energy, just the energy in general worldwide. So let's see what the energy is worldwide. We have the Knight of Wands. We've got the Chariot as the central card. We've got the Five of Pentacles in the past. We've got the Ace of Swords underneath the central card. We've got the High Priest. And we've got the Nine of Cups. This is interesting. First of all, the white hats are really moving in. I think in the worldwide energy, they are taking their steps. You can see it, just what's happening. Of course, Mr. B with his speech, it was just insane. I think the white hats were behind that as well. Just to show, it was so obvious, so on the nose. People cannot deny what energy was behind that. So I believe they're really going to show more and more white hats operations. We're going to see more. We're moving away. The Chariot is also about people worldwide taking back control of their lives. You see a lot of resistance, people getting together, standing up. Of course, here in the Netherlands, in Prague, we have in Italy people getting together, United Kingdom. It's more and more people are standing up, and this is really about gaining control of our lives. And this is happening worldwide. People are really want to take back control. They're like, yeah, we've had it. We don't want to give away our powers anymore. This Ace of Swords is beautiful. This is a new way of new communications. New truths are coming out. We see it more and more. I even see it here on the Dutch media. More things are coming out. We see it on normal media, which is the mainstream media, which is interesting. More and more things are just getting through. And I think that is very important, so people hear other things. I think things are going to change media-wise. I think more and more is coming out. In CNN, things are changing as well. So I do think they're going to change directions as well. This is a new beginning, truth, speaking truth. And I do think that it's very, very necessary for the next step, because really things need to come out. Things about the stings, things about what's really been happening, the corruption, the voting, these things need to come out. So I think that's the focus. Worldwide energy, truths are going to come out. And we have this for the future, near future. We have the High Priest, of course, the dark energies, but we have the Nine of Cups. So I think this is really about showing them. I think this is also a wish card, which is interesting. So I do think that this is really the end of the dark energies. They can still, unfortunately, do damage, but we're really in this end phase and things are coming out. People are seeing what's really going on. This is really about showing what's been going on all this time. This is not for the truther community. Most of us know what's been going on. This is for the other people that still don't have a clue or starting to get a clue. This is about them. It's about also waking them up from this bubble they've been in, and especially what's been going on now with all the prices, food prices, especially here in Europe with the gas and the electricity bills. It's really shocking people from this comfortable bubble they've been in. So they really need to get up and do something about this. So they're purposely letting all these puppets remain, just like they're doing with Mr. B. So everything will be blamed on the puppets, and people are like, yeah, it's because of them. It's because of the disasters they've been doing. And it's very important that people see the connection, what's been going on. It's very important that they blame the puppets. That's why they still need the puppets, because people need to understand that this has been happening for centuries, this ways of creating wars and profiting of them. And, you know, like I've said, they create the problem and they come up with the solution because people want a solution, and they come up with it. People need to understand that this is what's been going on, and keeping them on a certain level, like they weren't going to get out of that. And it's about opening up that bubble. So in a way, it's opening up things. Dark energies are going to be more and more exposed, and people are going to get angry, or at least are going to start moving around and understanding that some things just don't add up anymore. And that is very, very important. So I see good things happening. I do think that we're gaining control. White hats are, to me, in control, but we still have to wait and see what's going on. We still have to, how do you say this? Don't underestimate the dark energies. They're still capable of doing, of creating chaos, hurting people. It won't be this large scale, but they're still capable of doing this on a smaller scale. They still have people working for them, people they can activate. Like I've mentioned in my Canada card reading, they can still activate them, and they can still create a lot of damage to a lot of people. So we have to understand that. But things are really changing for the better. More and more truths are coming out. I do think a change, we're going to see a change in the media. I really do think we're going to see things changing there. So I'd like to leave it at this and hope to see you in another video. Bye.